The government helped a lot, but of course, as I said before, in disadvantaged rural school context, they are not properly served because their needs, most of the times they are given shoes and they do not have any feet. So they tend to give them, they tend to have the wrong feet. And it is because, as I said before, there is not an intimate connection with the needs. There is a generic belief that rural schools need a particular thing, but each has its own complex issues depending on its location and the context in which it operates.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
Well, the methodology that we have used is face-to-face interaction and online surveys and also testimonials. And we find that if we are to start with the stakeholders and partners in education, we have found that in the immediate school context, persons have become more equipped, more confident, and more assured in how they deliver the services that they deliver, instruction, teaching and learning. Parental involvement has increased. In my school, all my parents are involved and are very supportive of the programs that benefit them. We have had individuals also getting jobs. We have had training. A number of them have been trained by training institutions. Through our initiative, they have graduated and they have found themselves in better positions. More persons are working outside of their community, and financially they are able to supply the needs of their children. And also, we have found that persons are more able to deal with crisis and manage their space than they used to do before. Persons are more expectant in the benefits that they will derive from using certain strategies and skills, that the new strategies and skills that they have learned to improve their space and the opportunities and achievement of those that they have to interface with that are under their care and under their jurisdiction. And so we find that there is a whole scale improvement at the different levels because the needs are different. And the greatest thing is that persons are becoming more confident and assertive and taking charge of their destiny, understanding themselves and taking charge of their destiny. And in taking charge of their destiny, we seem to have created a viable community of practice where each one reach one and each one helps the other. And any good news that is out there, if I'm to put it like that, that good news is shared. Any achievement is celebrated. All persons are on board to make sure that together everyone achieves. From their testimonials, they have told you how much they have learned. And then they after they have learned, teach someone else. And the persons that they teach says it was very helpful. This is how it has improved my circumstances. This is how I have benefited. And I have been able to pass it along. And this is how John Brown is benefiting. And so I'm saying it is having a cascading effect. And persons' needs are being met because persons come into the program with different needs and with different goals in mind. And they are given the opportunity to chart their path, because they get openings and opportunities to say, look at where you want to go and how you can get there. And they are assisted in that way. And so when they benefit, and if the process is even slow, they tell you that progress is being made and this is what is the hiccup and this is how I'm overcoming it and so on. And so persons are in fact saying that there is benefits and persons are reaping the benefits. Persons are better off mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Persons are better off. It is sometimes a rush hour. Persons' benefits come in a rush, and then some are spaced depending on the hurdles that they have to overcome. But all in all, persons are more confident and approach their issues and challenges with a more coordinated approach, and are less frustrated when they understand what needs to be done and how they can do it. What we do at this time is that we invite our colleagues and we expose our immediate stakeholders and our parents. So when one person is served, we find that they tell someone else that you can get help in this way, or you can speak to Dr. Powell, or you can speak to anyone that is in the offering or in the area in which they can be helped, because different persons in my school help in different ways based on their skills and their capabilities. And so I give them enough room to work from where your strengths are, but it is a coordinated program. And so persons are presently hearing about this program through word of mouth. What we sometimes do too is that we advertise. For example, especially in the colloquium, we send invitations to different schools, and we in our QEC, because we have what is called a quality education circle, and persons who feel that they will benefit and want to participate in the program will join us. And there are instances too where persons are certified when they have completed the program. They are certified. They get a certificate of participation to show that they participated in this program and they benefited. How can people hear about the program? They can visit us on our school page, or they can speak to me through LinkedIn. And we have that type of advertisement. And sometimes we send things out on WhatsApp for persons who might have targeted us. And so that is how it is getting out. And so for people to know, they just need to contact us and they tell us what the needs are. And if the resources are not immediately in my context, I source the experts that can assist us, and they work with us. My personal satisfaction is to see the delight and the confidence that evolve when persons get an understanding of what they want to do, how it can be done, and have the means of doing it from within themselves. What I find is that it is as if it is the gospel, and so they move it to someone else, and they are more willing to teach someone else. And so the partnership and the community engagement and the involvement and the team spirit that it builds, and the spill-offs of persons being more competent and more accountable and more reliable is the satisfaction that I receive. My final statement would be that we must be anxious and we must see it as a duty to lift others, because when we lift others, we lift ourselves. When persons around us are empowered, then our work becomes more intentional, and our goals are more achievable. When we merge our strengths, our weaknesses are eliminated, and we are able to help and not hinder, to heal persons, to inspire, to empower them to be their best selves. There is a space on this earth for every one of us If and when we find our niche, we make the world a better place. That is what I want to leave with persons. When we compete and when we become selfish to carry out our own agendas, then no one benefits. The world becomes a lonely, alienated place. And we find broken cords and broken persons that are harder to mend because there is an imbalance. I am saying we need to do our part in our little space with the little needs, with all the resources that we have, whether it is time, finances, and so on, to make someone else better off. If we are not able to do that, then I think our service would be in vain. Our service would be in vain. And we do not need a position to do it.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewanfo. Thank you so much for listening and talk to you in the next episode.